Okay, I'm gonna talk to you about News 12 South Shore. Unlike over here where it's News 12 Westchester, they don't do their job right. And they need to be investigated. I know I already made a recent video about this. Here I am in Mineola, sort of. I'm gonna talk to you about this problem with News 12. They only gear towards a certain demographic on the South Shore. They only gear towards the white finance professional demographic. So sad. Why don't they realize that there are more problems in the middle of the island that need to be covered? Thankfully, that 12-year-old girl was found. But there are other problems like the homeless situation, where we need to find these people homes, such as the hotel shelters. We need to get them off of their drug problems. We also need to report things that happen on the middle of the island. That's why people call the news station News 12 South Shore, not News 12 Long Island, because it only gears towards a certain demographic. Like, they're always putting out patrols for the homeless, monitoring in Babylon, not in Mineola or Hicksville. And another thing that colleague came up with, Pine Parallel, came up with for Hicksville, because of its state, it's not meant to be insulting, but it's called Skidsville. As you've heard me said now for years. And they just talk about, like, news that isn't local. That's what they do on News 12 South Shore. They talk about politics all around the world, not just the country. On News 12 South Shore, they talk about COVID. They talk about Trump, who they seem to love, on the South Shore. They seem to talk about corrupt government on the South Shore. On News 12 South Shore, that's what I meant. Whereas real news, that's local news, is ignored. It's supposed to be local news. Why don't they talk about local news on News 12 Long Island? Well, it's because it's actually News 12 South Shore. That's what it is. And those people live it up in their enclave. Now, I currently have no proof that they're finance professionals, but I did read on the Wikipedia pages for the towns like Massapequa and Belmore that they're 95% white. And that's the reason why they gear to them. Because these people on the South Shore don't want to please everyone, just themselves. They're arrogant, as I've heard my colleagues say. It's becoming a major problem. News 12 Long Island, or should I say News 12 South Shore, get your act together. Because there needs to be an investigation in how they do news in Long Island, because the only reliable news source that caters to everyone is Newsday. And guess what? You have to pay to read Newsday. The only way around it that I would recommend you doing, actually I wouldn't recommend it, but some people do it. Just forget the part where I got recommended. You can't, because you know it's about, it's like, what I'm going to say is that people have found ways to like snapshot the picture. I'm not going to recommend it because again, I want to be held accountable. But News 12 South Shore doesn't cover anything but the South Shore. Like, it shows the people living it up in their enclave. It shows all of that. Whereas the middle of the island just suffers. In Pine Barrel, I thought that in 2016 he was suffering in the middle of the island, and now it's a lot worse, especially with COVID. Even being in Mineola. That's gonna wrap it up. Bye.